Most Americans believe they are pretty good with money. A 2024 survey by Payroll.org found that 77% of workers in the United States would struggle to meet their financial obligations if their paycheck were delayed by just 1 week. 1 week. Not a month, not a year, 7 days. But here's the thing. Most of those people are not reckless spenders. They are not bad with money. They just never learned the specific habits that make saving automatic instead of painful. My name is James, and today I'm breaking down the exact 50 tips that will change how you handle money for the rest of your life. Before we get into the tips, there is one number worth understanding. The U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis reported that the personal savings rate at the end of 2024 was 3.8%. That means for every $100 an American takes home, less than $4 ends up saved, not invested, not in a retirement account. Saved. The average feels higher because a small number of very disciplined savers pull the number upward. The median American is saving far less than that 3.8% figure suggests. If you are currently saving even 5% of your income consistently, you are already ahead of a significant portion of the country. That is the baseline we are working from. Now let us build on it. Tip 1. Automate your savings before you touch your paycheck. Set up an automatic transfer to a separate savings account the same day your paycheck lands, not after you pay bills, not after you buy groceries. The first transaction out of your account should be into savings. The Federal Reserve's own research shows that people who automate savings consistently save 2 to 3 times more than people who try to save what is left over at the end of the month. There is never anything left over at the end of the month. Automation removes the decision entirely. Tip 2. Open a high-yield savings account. The national average interest rate on a standard savings account is currently around 0.45%. According to the FDIC. High-yield savings accounts at online banks are offering rates between 4 and 5%. If you have $10,000 sitting in a standard savings account, you are earning $45 a year in interest. In a high-yield account at 4.5%, that same $10,000 earns $450. That is a $405 difference for doing nothing other than moving the money. This is one of the easiest $400 decisions you will ever make. Tip 3. Do a subscription audit right now. According to a 2024 consumer survey, the average American household spends $219 per month on subscriptions. That is $2,628 a year, more than double what most people think they're spending. Go through your bank statement line by line. Write down every recurring charge. You will almost certainly find 2 or 3 services you forgot you signed up for and have not used in months. Cancel them today, not next week. Today. Tip 4. Practice subscription rotation. You do not need Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Max, Paramount Plus, and Apple TV all at the same time. Pick one. Watch everything you want on it. Cancel it. Move to the next one. You get all the content. You pay for one service at a time. This one habit alone can save the average household $100 or more per month. Tip 5. Call your internet provider and ask for a lower rate, right now. Most internet providers have promotional rates they do not advertise. They offer them to customers who call and ask to cancel or who mention a competitor's rate. A 5-minute phone call can save $20 to $40 a month on internet alone. That is $240 to $480 per year for one phone call. Most people never make it because it feels uncomfortable. Get comfortable with the discomfort. The money is on the other side of that call. Tip 6. Do the same thing with your car insurance. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that car insurance prices increased 19.2% in 2023 alone. Most people simply renewed their existing policy without shopping around. Use a comparison site and get 3 quotes. If your current insurer will not match the lower rate, switch. Loyalty in car insurance is not rewarded. Switching is. Tip 7. Stop buying brand-name grocery products when store brands exist. A 2024 study by Net found that generic grocery products cost up to 40% less than name-brand equivalents. In many cases, they are made by the same manufacturer. You are paying for the label, not the product. On a $500 monthly grocery bill, switching to store brands consistently could save $150 to $200 per month. That is $1,800 to $2,400 per year from one habit change. Tip 8. Meal plan every single week. The U.S. wastes approximately 92 billion pounds of food per year, costing Americans close to $473 billion annually. According to a 2024 Quicken financial analysis, a significant portion of that waste happens at the household level, food that was bought, forgotten, and thrown out. A weekly meal plan eliminates that waste. You buy what you need. You use what you buy. Americans who meal plan consistently spend 20 to 30% less on food each month than those who shop without a plan. Tip 9. Never shop for groceries hungry. This sounds almost too simple to include. It is not. Research consistently shows that shopping hungry increases impulse spending at the grocery store by an average of 64%, according to a study published in JAMA Internal Medicine. A quick snack before you leave the house is worth more than most budgeting apps. Tip 10. Order your groceries online for pickup rather than going inside the store. When you shop online, you only see what you searched for. The end caps, the checkout lane candy, the seasonal displays, none of that reaches you. Grocery stores are deliberately designed to make you spend more than you planned. Shopping online removes that design from the equation. You also see your running total in real time, which naturally limits overspending. Tip 11. Buy frozen fruits and vegetables. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that spending on groceries was up 2.8% year-over-year in 2024. Fresh produce prices have been particularly volatile. Frozen fruits and vegetables are nutritionally comparable to fresh, often cost 30 to 40% less, and have no spoilage risk. For a household spending $650 a month on groceries, which is the average for a household earning $60,000 according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, shifting even 20% of produce spending to frozen saves approximately $40 to $50 per month. Tip 12. Use your library. This is one of the most underutilized free resources in America. Your local library gives you access to books, audiobooks, magazines, movies, digital streaming through apps like Hoopla and Overdrive, and in many cases online courses. Americans spend an estimated $26 billion on books annually. If you read 2 books a month and are buying them, you are spending $300 to $600 per year on content you could access for free with a library card. Tip 13. Stop eating out for lunch on workdays. The average American spends between $11 and $15 per lunch purchased outside the home. A packed lunch costs between $2 and $4. Over 250 working days a year, the difference between buying lunch and packing it is approximately $750 to $2,750. That is not a small number. That is a vacation. That is a car payment. That is a meaningful contribution to an emergency fund. One habit, one number. Tip 14. Make coffee at home on weekdays. The average specialty coffee drink purchased at a cafe costs $5 to $7 before tip. A cup of quality coffee, brewed at home, costs between 40 and 60 cents. 5 purchased coffees per week at $6 each is $30 per week. That is $1,560 per year. A good coffee maker costs $50 to $100. The math is not close. Tip 15. Use the 24-hour rule for any non-essential purchase over $50. Before buying anything that costs more than $50 and is not a planned necessity, wait 24 hours. Research in behavioral economics consistently shows that this single pause eliminates between 30 and 50% of impulse purchases. The item feels less urgent the next day. Often it feels unnecessary. The money stays in your account. Tip 16. Unsubscribe from retail email lists. Every promotional email that lands in your inbox is a professionally designed piece of content designed to make you spend money you were not planning to spend. You were not thinking about that brand until their email appeared. Now you are. Unsubscribe from every retailer you do not absolutely need in your inbox. Use a tool like unroll.me to do it in bulk. Out of sight is genuinely out of mind when it comes to impulse retail spending. Tip 17. Delete shopping apps from your phone. The friction of having to go to a browser, search for a retailer, and navigate to a product is enough to prevent a meaningful percentage of impulse purchases. One-tap buying on a saved app with a saved card eliminates all friction. That friction is protecting your bank account. Restore it deliberately. Tip 18. Turn your thermostat down 2 degrees in winter and up 2 degrees in summer. The U.S. Department of Energy estimates this saves 10 to 15% on your annual energy bill. On an average U.S. energy bill of $1,400 per year, that is $140 to $210 saved with no lifestyle change other than adjusting a thermostat setting. Tip 19. Switch to LED light bulbs throughout your home. LED bulbs use 75% less energy than incandescent bulbs and last 15 to 25 times longer, according to the U.S. Department of Energy. The upfront cost is minimal. The ongoing savings on your electricity bill are consistent for years. Tip 20. Wash your laundry in cold water. Hot water is responsible for about 90% of the energy used in a standard washing cycle. Cold water cleans just as effectively for everyday laundry. Switching to cold water for every load can save $60 to $100 per year on energy, with zero change in your laundry results. Tip 21. Air dry clothes when possible. A clothes dryer is one of the most energy-intensive appliances in a home, consuming about 5,000 watts per cycle. Air drying clothes during warmer months or using a drying rack indoors can meaningfully reduce your monthly electricity bill and extends the life of your clothing at the same time. Tip 22. Install a smart thermostat. Smart thermostats like Google Nest or Ecobee learn your schedule and adjust automatically. The EPA estimates that programmable and smart thermostats save an average of $180 per year on heating and cooling costs. The device itself costs $100 to $150. It pays for itself within 1 year and keeps saving after that. Tip 23. Review and renegotiate your phone plan annually. The cell phone market is highly competitive. If you have been with the same carrier for more than 2 years without reviewing your plan, you are almost certainly paying for more than you need or missing a better deal. Prepaid carriers and second-tier networks like Mint Mobile, Visible, or Consumer Cellular often offer equivalent coverage at 40 to 60% lower monthly cost than the major carriers. Tip 24. Pay off your highest interest debt first. This is the debt avalanche method. List every debt by interest rate, highest to lowest. Put every extra dollar toward the highest rate debt while paying minimums on everything else. Once that debt is gone, redirect that payment to the next highest rate. Credit card interest in the United States averaged 21.47% in 2024, according to the Federal Reserve. Every dollar you eliminate from credit card debt earns you an instant 21% return. No investment reliably delivers that. Tip 25. If you carry credit card debt, look into a balance transfer card. Many balance transfer credit cards offer 0% interest for 12 to 21 months. If you are paying 21% interest on a $5,000 balance, you are paying $1,050 in interest per year. Transferring that balance to a 0% card and paying down the principal aggressively during the promotional window can save you hundreds or thousands of dollars in interest. Read the terms carefully. Know when the promotional period ends. Set a calendar reminder. Tip 26. Never carry a credit card balance if you can avoid it. Credit cards are excellent financial tools when paid in full every month. They are expensive debt instruments when they are not. The rewards, the cash back, the airline miles, none of those benefits outweigh 21% annual interest if you are carrying a balance. Pay the full balance every billing cycle, or use a debit card instead. Tip 27. Use cashback credit cards for purchases you make anyway. If you do pay your balance in full every month, put your regular expenses, groceries, gas, utilities, on a card that gives you 2 to 5% cash back on those categories. You spend the same money. You get a portion back. Over a full year, a household spending $2,000 per month on credit cards at 2% cash back earns $480 per year in rewards for zero additional spending. Tip 28. Build a 3-month emergency fund before anything else. Federal Reserve data from 2024 shows that only 56% of middle-income households earning between $50,000 and $100,000 could cover 3 months of expenses from saving. Without an emergency fund, any unexpected expense, a medical bill, a car repair, a job loss, becomes debt. Debt carries interest. Interest compounds. A single emergency without savings can set a family back years. The emergency fund is not optional. It is the foundation everything else is built on. Tip 29. Keep your emergency fund in a high-yield savings account, not a checking account. A checking account tempts spending. A separate high-yield savings account earns interest on your emergency fund and creates enough psychological distance that you are less likely to dip into it casually. Label the account. Call it emergency fund, not just savings. The label matters more than you think for maintaining discipline. Tip 30. Negotiate your salary every single time you are eligible. This one tip can be worth more than all 49 others combined over a career. Research from Glassdoor found that people who negotiate salary at the time of hire typically earn $5,000 to $10,000 more per year than those who accept the first offer. That gap compounds over decades. A $5,000 raise at 30, invested consistently, is worth over $500,000 by retirement at historical stock market returns. Most people do not negotiate because they feel uncomfortable. The discomfort lasts one conversation. The financial impact lasts a lifetime. Tip 31. Review your tax withholding. If you consistently receive a large tax refund each year, say $2,000 or more, you are giving the heirs an interest-free loan with your own money. Adjust your W-4 to withhold less and redirect that money into savings or debt paydown throughout the year. A $2,000 refund means $167 per month that could have been working for you instead of sitting with the government. Tip 32. Contribute enough to your 401k to get the full employer match. If your employer offers to match your contributions up to 3% of your salary and you are not contributing at least that much, you are leaving free money on the table. The employer match is a 50 to 100% instant return on that portion of your contribution. There is no financial move available to most Americans that delivers a return this immediate and this guaranteed. Tip 33. Increase your 401k contribution by 1% every year. Most people do not save enough for retirement because the amount required feels too large to reach. Raising your contribution by 1% of your salary annually is nearly imperceptible in your paycheck. A person earning $70,000 who increases their contribution by 1% per year over 10 years ends up contributing 10% more of their income toward retirement without ever feeling a significant hit. The consistency does more than a single large contribution that feels painful. Tip 34. Open a Roth IRA if you qualify. A Roth IRA allows you to contribute after tax dollars and withdraw the money in retirement completely tax-free, including all growth. In 2024, the contribution limit was $7,000 per year for individuals under 50. If you put $7,000 per year into a Roth IRA from age 30, earning an average 7% annual return, you will have over $700,000 by age 65, all of it tax-free. The Roth IRA is one of the most powerful savings vehicles available to ordinary Americans, and most people who qualify never open one. Tip 35. Buy a used car instead of a new one. A new car loses between 15 and 20% of its value in the first year, according to Carfax. A 2 to 3-year-old used vehicle gives you most of the remaining useful life of the car at a fraction of the original purchase price. On a $35,000 vehicle, that depreciation in year one alone is $5,250 to $7,000. You absorb that loss the moment you drive off the lot. Someone else absorbed it for you if you buy used. Tip 36. Drive your car longer. The average monthly car payment in the United States in 2024 was $738 for a new vehicle and $525 for used, according to Experian. If you can drive a paid-off car for 3 to 5 additional years, you free up $500 to $700 per month that would otherwise go to a car payment. Redirect that to savings or investments. Over 5 years, $600 per month invested at 7% annual return grows to approximately $43,000. That is what driving a paid-off car is worth. Tip 37. Maintain your vehicle consistently. Regular oil changes, tire rotations, and fluid checks cost $200 to $400 per year. Neglecting that maintenance leads to major repairs that routinely cost $1,000 to $5,000. Preventive maintenance is not an expense, it is an investment in avoiding far larger expenses. Tip 38. Use gas apps and grocery fuel points. Apps like Gas Buddy show real-time gas prices at stations near you. Many grocery chains, Kroger, Safeway, Giant, offer fuel point programs where grocery spending earns cents per gallon discounts at affiliated gas stations. On a household using 50 gallons of gas per month, a 20-cent per gallon discount saves $120 per year from a free app and a loyalty card you were probably already eligible for. Tip 39. Pack snacks and a water bottle when you leave the house. Convenience store and vending machine purchases are among the highest markup purchases the average American makes. A bottle of water from a convenience store costs $2 to $3. A reusable bottle filled at home costs nothing. A protein bar from a gas station costs $3 to $4. The same bar from a grocery store costs $1 to $1.50. These are small numbers. They happen every day. Over a year, they add up to hundreds of dollars in unnecessary spending. Tip 40. Shop secondhand for clothing, furniture, and sports equipment. Platforms like ThredUp, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, and local thrift stores offer quality items at a fraction of retail cost. A study from ThredUp found that the average resale clothing item sells for 70 to 90% less than its original retail price. For furniture, Facebook Marketplace regularly lists items in excellent condition at 60 to 80% below retail. The quality is often identical. The savings are not. Tip 41. Sell things you no longer use. Walk through your home and identify items that have not been touched in a year. Electronics, clothing, furniture, sports equipment, tools. List them on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, or Craigslist. The average decluttering exercise generates $200 to $500 for most households. That is money sitting in your closet right now. You are not using the items. You are not benefiting from them. Someone else will pay you to take them. Tip 42. Use the library for tools and specialty items. Many public library systems in the U.S. now offer tool lending programs alongside book lending. Ladders, power tools, gardening equipment, items you need once or twice a year and would otherwise buy or rent, are available for free with a library card at hundreds of locations nationwide. Check your local library system's website. Tip 43. Learn one new cooking skill per month. The cost of dining out has risen 5.3% year over year, compared to a 1.7% increase in the cost of food prepared at home, according to U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data. The more meals you can prepare confidently at home, the more naturally you reach for home cooking over takeout. Not because you are forcing yourself to budget, because the food is genuinely good. Cooking skill is a financial asset. Tip 44. Plan your restaurant meals intentionally. If eating out is important to you, keep it in the budget as a deliberate line item. When you go, eat at restaurants that are worth it to you. Avoid impulse takeout and delivery orders. Delivery app fees, service charges, and tips can add 30 to 40% to the cost of a restaurant meal. Picking up the order directly saves that premium every single time. Tip 45. Build a no-spend weekend once a month. A no-spend weekend means zero discretionary purchases for 48 hours. No restaurants, no online shopping, no convenience purchases. Cook from what is in the pantry. Use what you already have. Find free entertainment, parks, trails, libraries, free events. Most people who try a no-spend weekend discover they spend $150 to $300 less than a normal weekend without feeling deprived. Once per month, that is $1,800 to $3,600 per year. Tip 46. Track your spending in one place. You cannot improve what you cannot see. Whether that is a spreadsheet, a budgeting app like YinEb or Mint, or a simple notebook. You need to see exactly where your money goes every month. Federal Reserve research consistently shows that people who track spending make better financial decisions and save more than those who estimate. Estimating your spending is almost always wrong. Tracking is always right. Tip 47. Set a specific savings goal with a specific number and a specific date. Vague goals produce vague results. People who say they want to save more rarely do. People who say they want to save $10,000 by December 31st and work backward to a monthly savings target make measurable progress. The specificity creates accountability. The deadline creates urgency. Both are required for a goal to function. Tip 48. Review your bills every 6 months. Insurance rates change. Better plans become available. Promotional periods expire and prices quietly increase. Set a calendar reminder every 6 months to review your recurring bills. Spend 2 hours doing this twice a year. The average person who does this consistently identifies $200 to $400 in annual savings that had been silently draining from their account. Tip 49. Stop trying to keep up. The Federal Reserve's own research on household finances identifies social comparison as one of the primary drivers of lifestyle inflation in American households. The neighbor's new car, the coworker's kitchen renovation, the friend group's expensive vacations, none of those are measures of those people's financial health. They are measures of what those people chose to spend money on. Some of them are in debt to fund that appearance. You do not know their balance sheet. Stop comparing your chapter to someone else's highlight reel. Your financial goals are not competing with anyone else's. Tip 50. Start today, not Monday. Not the first of the month. Not January 1st. Today. The research on habit formation is clear. The people who say they will start when conditions are perfect never start. The people who start imperfectly, with one small action, today, those are the people who are in a fundamentally different financial position 5 years from now. You do not need all 50 of these tips working simultaneously. Pick 3. Start with 3. Build from there. Here is what all of this adds up to. The average American saves less than 4 cents out of every dollar they earn, according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Not because saving is impossible, because saving has never been made specific enough, automatic enough, or practical enough to actually stick. Every tip in this list is one decision, one habit, one phone call, one change to a default setting. None of them require a higher income. None of them require a financial background. They require only the willingness to start. The one thing worth doing today, not this week, not when things slow down, is picking one tip from this list and acting on it before you close this video. Not 2. Not 5. 1. Because the person who acts on one thing today will act on 2 things next week. And the person who does nothing today will be watching a video about money-saving tips a year from now, wondering why nothing has changed. The question worth sitting with is this: of the 50 tips you just heard, which one have you already known about for months, but still not done anything about? And what is actually stopping you?